Thanks for visiting my channel today. I'm cooking up some chicken parmesan tonight for dinner, so I thought I'd bring you along. I just do a really simple, pretty straightforward recipe, nothing fancy. So anyway, I thought you might enjoy coming along with me, and let's get started and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, I kind of set myself up a little workstation before I start. In this pan, this one you're not seeing very well, but this is flour that I've seasoned with salt and pepper. Then I have my egg wash, which is 2 eggs and a couple tablespoons of cold water. And then in this pie plate, I have a half a cup of flour, a cup of panko breadcrumbs, a couple of teaspoons of Italian seasoning. If you don't have Italian seasoning, you can just use whatever Italian seasonings you have on hand and make up your own blend. Certainly oregano, thyme, parsley, that kind of thing. A little bit of salt and pepper, and then I also have about a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese that I've mixed all together. So we're going to take our chicken, dredge it in the flour, then your egg wash, then in your final coating. And I have some vegetable oil heating in my cast iron skillet, and we're going to cook our chicken breasts and get them nice and golden brown on each side in our skillet. And then we're going to put them in a casserole dish, put a little bit of tomato sauce on top and fresh Parmesan cheese, and let the cheese melt down over top of it. So let's get started. My family likes their chicken to be really crispy all the way around, and they like a pretty thin cut. So what I've done is I've taken chicken breasts that I've cut in half horizontally, so if they're nice and thin, you can pound them out if you want to. I just cut them in half. That works for us. So we've got some pretty thin chicken breasts that we're going to use, plus they cook up quicker that way. So I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer so you can see my skillet. Well, maybe I'll leave you out so you can see my method here. There we go. I think you can see everything there. Just take your chicken breast. And yes, this is a messy process. Anyway, flour, dredge it in your egg wash, and then in your breadcrumbs. Make sure your oil is nice and hot before you put it in the pan. And I really try to get the breadcrumb coating on there really well. And then we're going to drop it in our hot pan. You don't want it too hot, you don't want to burn it, but you want to make sure it's hot enough that it doesn't sit in the oil too long. Flour, and then your egg wash. And you can use whatever seasonings you like, and you don't have to put any seasonings at all. If you just want the breadcrumbs, a little Parmesan cheese, and a little bit of flour, that's fine too. All to taste. And you can use tongs or your fingers to do this part. I've found a fork works pretty well. Okay, I'm only going to be able to get about 3 in my skillet, so I'm going to fry those till they're golden brown on the first side, and then I'm going to flip them over and get them golden brown on the second side, and then I'm going to drain them on paper towels. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'll bring you back. Okay guys, I wanted to bring you in close so you can see this beautiful golden brown crust. You want a nice crispy crust on the outside of your chicken. It takes about, as thin as my chicken is, about 4 minutes or so per side. So you want your oil hot enough that it's going to brown your chicken but also cook it through, kind of like making fried chicken. You don't want it so hot that your coating burns before the inside of your chicken is done, because I'm not going to bake mine off. Mine, because my family likes theirs really crispy, I just put the cheese and the sauce on top, and I'm just going to broil the cheese long enough that it gets nice and melted. So this is my cooking time. I know a lot of people bake their chicken Parmesan, but because my family really likes the crispiness of it, I like to keep it as crispy as possible. So I just do the sauce and the cheese and then just broil it. So we want to make sure our chicken is nice and done. The other thing I wanted to mention is you want about 1/4 inch of oil in your pan. So as you're making your chicken, depending on how much you're making, if you start to lose oil, make sure you're keeping about 1/4 inch in there. You don't want it swimming in oil, but you want enough to cook it. And these 2 pieces are just about done. So I'm going to take those out, drain them on paper towels, and finish cooking the rest of my chicken, and then I'll bring you back and show you how my next step. Welcome back. I am finishing up frying my last few pieces of chicken, and while that's happening, I've got my water on to cook my pasta. We like ours over spaghetti, but you can certainly use whatever kind of pasta you like. I know a lot of people are trying to do low carb. If you want to, you could certainly use spaghetti squash or zucchini zoodles or something like that. So anyway, we're doing spaghetti, so I've got my water on, and I'm also heating my pasta sauce. This is my oven roasted marinara. If you're interested in that recipe, I do have a tutorial on that in my list of videos. So anyway, you need some kind of pasta sauce that you like, and while you're finishing up your chicken, you want to cook your pasta, warm your sauce, and then we'll be ready to put it all together. And as soon as my chicken's done, I'll bring you back. Okay guys, our chicken is all done. Look how beautiful and golden brown it is. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep it to be broiled. Now there are lots of recipes out there, and most of them do say to bake it, but I'm explaining once again that I like to do it this way because my family likes to keep it crispy. So I just have a sheet pan that I've lined with parchment paper. I've put my nicely golden brown chicken on top of the parchment, and then I'm going to put a spoon of the sauce on top, and I'm going to use fresh mozzarella. Now you can certainly use shredded mozzarella, or if you prefer a different Italian cheese to melt over it, it's totally fine, but we're going to use the fresh. So I'm just going to take a spoon of my marinara. I'm going to spoon it over the chicken. If you've never made homemade pasta sauce, you might want to give it a try. It's not hard, and this is really good. And yes, I am making a mess. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we're going to take the fresh mozzarella, and mine is sliced, but I like to break it up a little bit, or at least squish it out some. Usually I break it up some. Get a nice layer of mozzarella cheese down over top of your sauce. Get all nice and gooey in the oven. I like to brown mine just a little bit. These slices are nice, but I find that they're pretty thick and it takes them a while to melt. So that's why I break it up a little bit. And you can use as little or as much as you like. The flecks of the herbs in the coating are really pretty. You've got nice green flecks throughout your breading. It's nice and crunchy. You can see the shredded Parmesan cheese. Just a little bit more on this one. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna pop these into the broiler and gonna cook up my spaghetti, and then I'll bring you back and show you how to plate it. Okay guys, our chicken parmesan is all done. I cooked off my spaghetti, and then I made ours just a little bit special by making a garlic butter sauce. I took a stick of butter and put about 5 cloves of fresh garlic, chopped them up nice and fine, put it in with the butter and melted it, added some dried parsley leaves. If you have fresh parsley, that's even better. I didn't have any on hand, so I just used some dried parsley leaves. Just heat all that together and pour that over your spaghetti, and it's really, really nice that way. And then as we serve it and eat it, my family likes to add their own Parmesan cheese to it. So anyway, there's the final product. See how pretty? Got the nice crispy chicken. The chicken stayed crispy from just instead of baking it, just broiling it. Got a little bit of golden color to the melted mozzarella cheese and the lovely sauce. Perfect. Super easy, not really hard. So I hope you'll give it a try. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me today, and hope you'll give the recipe a try. If you enjoyed the recipe, give me a thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any other recipes or fun things I might decide to do, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.